for the next part of our sketch, I want to lay this out and cut our 45-degree lines in here. So this is what we want it to look like, and this is where we left off in the last video. So I gotta do a V-notch here, a V-notch here, and just a single here. Let's start here where it's a little bit easier. Okay, so this is my intersection where our notching tool or our snips is gonna cut down here and like this. And if I freehand that, I don't really know my angle, okay? It's asking me what my angle is or my length. So there's a couple ways I could do it. I could pull it this way and then tab and set this at 45 and hit enter. Okay, that's one way to do it, but I'd have to guess and remember my distance backwards here, and remember that going backwards would be 135. So if we get mixed up on that, I'm just going to undo this. I want to show you this fantastic tool down here. We've used ortho mode so far, but next to it we have this polar tracking, and together at least we haven't used that. Maybe you use it with other tutorials or classes. So here, if I have it set on the top, it's going to lock it into my polar directions, 90, 180, 270, so basically north and south. If I want to run it at a 45-degree angle, this will allow me to do it. So I set that at the 45, the second one down. Now if I go into my line mode, I click on my intersecting point, I drag it up, it's snapping into this exactly at the 45. I'm going to drag my mouse. I don't want it to get stuck on this line because I have nearest turned on, and it's going to want to click on here, and it's not really going to tell me where it's tricky. So I'm just going to make it longer. There's my tracking. It says it's exactly 45. I click and enter. Same thing on I do it to the right, I do it to the left, I click, there's my line, click and enter. And then we're going to clean all those up. So I grab my trim tool, okay, and I can go click, 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 or I can go up and over and clean all those up like that. There is one. Let's do it again. Wash and repeat. So I grab my line tool. That's still turned on, so that should be good. Let's just draw all of them, and then we'll go back and clean it up. Okay, might as well, we'll get in the mood. So I go to my intersecting point, drag up, lock it in, enter. I'm going to use my right hand is on my mouse. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do this with my right hand, and I'm going to hold my left hand on the escape key, so I don't have to keep going back and hitting escape. I'll clean those up in a minute. I go to line again. This one I'm going to go to this intersecting point. I drag it down now, and so that saves me having to try to figure out and guess the math of my angle by turning on this polar tracking. Drag it down, escape. This one I'm going to go up. Okay, I'll try to zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see how it looks where it's in relation to the page. When it locks in with polar tracking, click, escape, and then these down here are going to the inside point where our fold line is going to be. Bring it down, get my polar tracking. I'm going to go to the left and to the right. And now if we had a bunch of these to do, we could copy them and kind of clone them. But sometimes the less tools that we need to use, the simpler and faster it goes. Okay, they're all in there. Let's go through and trim it out. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of zoom into my areas, and I go to my trim tool. I'm going to drag and draw a little line through here by long holding my mouse. Go zigzag, boom. That cleans all that up. I'm going to clean this up. Feel free to just click, and we want to have that to go like this. So a nice 90 degree, and then this opens up, and then we have a 45 on this side. Zoom in here, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag all this out and get rid of all that. Open that up. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slide this over. Okay, remember you use your mouse wheel to pan right and left, and I click on the blank space here, drag, zoom, loop up and over, and we're golden on that. Now What do we have labeled? We need to make sure our dimensioning is working. I'm okay with leaving my dimensions like this. They could go all the way over to here because I do want the overall measurement. So I don't want to trim that out. Hold on, let me undo Control Z by accident. Now if, what in the world, I lost my, oh snap. It undid everything. Sorry, stick with me 2 seconds. And we're gonna go real quick. Here. Okay. What do we have next? What we want to do is we want to dimension anything that's not in there. All right. Including these angles down here. Okay, so I'm gonna grab, I need to dimension my inside of the box as well. So I'm gonna grab my dimension tool. I got the outside going across. Let's start at the top and work our way down. Okay, from this line to this line, it's giving me the 3.5. I didn't like that. How do I might just have to zoom in more so it doesn't click specifically on the line itself. So I go, let's see, let's try this longer one here. From here to here, oh, slide it right to left, there, that's okay. And click to accept the location, there's one. Now, I need to do this one here. My question to you, do you feel that we need the bottom one down here if our top tabs and our bottom tabs are typical? Okay. What that is that's actually a redundancy, not necessary. Okay. Most prints won't have it. Will I take off for points if you have it? No. There's times when you may want it. If there's a doubt like, is this really supposed to be there? We could use typical symbols and stuff as well. So I will let you choose if you want to roll that with a 1/2 inch or not. Otherwise we have the measurement there. Now, we also need to do our angle here. So I want to show that my notch here, my opening is a 90-degree notch. We do that with my dimension tool. I grab my dimension tool. Now I'm going to zoom in because if I don't zoom in, it's going to want to lock onto some weird snaps. So I don't want it to give me the green triangle. Oh, I'm somewhere in the middle. There, that's what I want. So actually I had to zoom in a lot. I click on that line, I click on this line, and it's not giving me the green handle. Okay, I got to bring it out. That's giving me the arrows for the angle, and I want it to say 90 degrees. So how do I want to do that? I'll let you decide where you want to do that. That looks nice, but doesn't get too confusing. That's my 90. Here I want to show that this is 45-degree cut from the actual bend. We know that the opening is 90, but I'm going to go back to dimension, and from where this bend line over to here, it should say, oh snap. This is great. This is why we need to know and dimension things, because our drawing is wrong. It's not 45. So let's go like this. Yours may be 45. If so, perfect. If not, I'm going to show you how to get rid of this and fix it. Should be pretty easy. I'm going to grab my line tool. I still have ortho tracking turned on. Go down here, make sure I go past. Now it's 45, and you'll see that this line didn't reach it. So underneath my trim tool, if I pull down my handle, there's a hidden gem. This is my little Easter egg here, and it's called extend. If I grab that, I can hover on the line here, and it'll extend it, and it will fill out the rest of that. Now I can hit escape, change this back to my trim tool, clean it up, and let's try our angle now. Okay, enter. Let's go to dimension and see if from this line to here, yep, we get the 45. We want it to come out on this side, so somewhere where it looks okay. I'm going to accept that, and let's see, I have my 1/2 inch here for my tabs, 3/8 for my hem, my angles are marked, my width and length are marked, my overall sheet metal is marked. That's all we need for our dimensioning. I do want you to put your name on here, so we're going to grab the text tool. I'm going to drag and draw a box in here for my name to go in and the hour you have class with me. So in this case, I'm going to call it Mr. K. Let's give it the name of the print too. Bottom toolbox. Plans. Okay, Mr. K, and also put your hour on there so that if I print a bunch, I know I can divide them up into the stacks and you can have your own drawing. Okay, we are getting long here. Cancel. I'm going to go up and save my work. Okay, and the last thing I want you to do is let's fix the layout. This should be getting faster. Click on layout mode. Okay, let's see what happens. If I try to pan, I'm on paper. It's showing that we can adjust the paper, how it looks on the paper. So this is moving the paper. Okay, zoom in or out. I want to change how the model looks. So I click on model now. That's where I turn my grid off. This is where I use my zoom to extent. It auto zoomed it for me. If that looks satisfactory, I have my name, the plan names, all my measurements. We are going to go up to AutoCAD. I'm going to scroll down. I had to get the little screen recording thing out of the way. I go to export, and we want to export this as a PDF. Let's call it, if you save that as bottom of your toolbox, just hit save, and it's going to give you a PDF version of that as well. I'm going to do that. I hit save, and voila. That's what you're going to turn into our classroom, our digital classroom online. And I thank you for joining me in today's build. And if you have any questions, let me know. Send me an email or leave a message in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.